il guérit la dilemme. Femme n'a touché ou abjeté les joints
Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir tout le monde. Bonsoir auditeurs, auditrices. Bonsoir. Non, moi c'est Cléméda Joseph. Moi content moi là avec nous après-midi. Dans l'émission Abba Maladie. Donc on est, c'est moi-même qui Aminata Chosa chaque samedi de 3h pour 4h. C'est un privilège lié et nous disons merci parce que vous prenez du temps pour chita, pour tendre, pour communiquer avec nous, pour nous parler de la santé. Nous disons merci et ouvrez les oreilles, prenez un petit papier, chita et puis si nous avons des questions, nous carrelez pendant le show a commencé. Good evening, listeners. Good evening, everyone. My name is Clemida Passage Joseph. I am a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I am your host for this show. It's called Good Health Plus. Okay, it's called Health Plus, and we are against diseases. Abba Maladi, against diseases. We are happy to be here with you this afternoon. We are happy that you welcome us to your house, to your radio, to your Facebook page, to your YouTube. You could also see us there, and we are glad that you are here. We ask that you pay attention, take a little chair, sit down and relax, get a notebook. Maybe you might learn something new, or maybe I might learn something from you that you know that I don't know. And it's a privilege to be here with you. Today, I have a co-host with me, my sister, Elna.
Hello.
From Family Matters.
Yes.
Welcome, Elna. Welcome.
Thank you so much, sister. So glad to be here with you. It's really good to be here. You know,
Yes.
it's not fun, doing these segments
Alone.
all by ourselves.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It's good to partner up and for us to, feed off of each other and just, bring the information to the people in a vibrant and very concerning manner. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming, and I appreciate you. I know we are both so very busy. I know she's extremely busy. We always running around, but I know now you're probably doing more running around because your kids are still very young still. My baby started college the other day, and so it's like we are growing. I feel like I'm getting old here.
But you don't look old, so that's the good thing.
So you don't look old either. Thank God. God give us good genes.
Oh, yes,
we get that from our mama. So we are appreciated of that. Shout out to our parents,
Yes.
Arnold and Alta Passis. Non saluer ou dans la communauté, nous disons bon Dieu merci pour nous et puis bon Dieu toujours jeter grâce sous nous même, sous la caille nous. Pour ça nous fait, pour côté nous te prendre, pour côté nous mettre nous bail bon Dieu gloire pour ça.
Yes.
Okay, toute
always.
gloire c'est pour parents nous.
Always.
Shout out to our husband too.
Yeah.
Shout out to my husband Will. Thank you, honey. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for taking care of us and the children.
Yes.
We appreciate everything you do. Yes. Shout out to your husband. I know he's in the show sometime. He's very supportive.
Yes. Unfortunately, he's been working during this time, so he has not been able to be with us. But he's always with us in the spirit. So shout out to you, hubby.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all the support that you continue to provide to us.
Yes, nous voulons dire merci tout avec toutes frères nous, toutes sœurs nous, on connaît famille en pile. Famille Passis, grand pile, oui.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, si nous t'avons pour nous faire une réunion, parce que toute New Jersey a plein avec Passis. Yes, I think we need to do that, a family reunion, because the families are a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are so happy and proud to have such a huge community. Nous très contents parce que nous là nous avons une communauté qui est très grande.
Yes.
Et nous dit bon Dieu merci, nous bali gloire, nous bali gloire, nous dit bon Dieu merci pour l'église, nous tout pour tout support, pour tout support, yo bishop nous toujours supporter nous dans tout ça n'a fait. Nous avons pile ministère, nous dit bon Dieu merci pour ça. Nous dit bon Dieu merci pour tout le monde qui fait partie des ministères yo dans l'église là, ministère, nous même dans travail nous son ministère lié tout. So nous bon Dieu gloire pour ça. So aujourd'hui, nous gagne ou connaissez moi septembre nié, so kounya nous température a changé, qui ça quoi arriver. Qui ça quoi arriver kounya. Donc on va commencer gagne grippe, right? Ça quoi arriver.
Gen moun ki pa jam suspend gen grippe.
Ou pas mentir, non, gen moun ki gagne pour toute année avant. So our topic for today, before we take a break, we're going to talk about the flu today. and we're gonna talk about prevention of the flu. So, avant nous parler des topics là, n'a ba un petit message, n'a passé parler des radios. Ways to listen to radio. Go ahead, sister. How can they listen to the
how
radio?
can you listen to the radio? Good News Radio here on WIGG 88.1 FM. You can listen by going to the website, goodnewsradiotv.com. If you have Facebook, which I know a lot of you have Facebook, you can just simply put in the search bar WIGG, Good News Radio. And if you are old school, like some people are, and that's okay, we're not judging, you can dial in on 518-906-1596. I believe we're also on YouTube if you do a search and everything. So that's how you listen.
Yes, so en créole, qui j'en attendez radio, donc attendez li dans 88.1 FM. OK, sous ou gen télévision ou ka gade li dans YouTube. On y a tout le monde gen internet la kayo. Ou aller dans goodnewsradiotv.com ou ka gade li, that's on YouTube. Sou gen Facebook too, ka dans Facebook page qui dit Good News Radio. Good News Radio, you can listen to the radio. Actually, right now we are not on the air on Facebook. We're not live, so I was gonna share the link, but it looks like it started working, but it stopped working. So unfortunately, the Facebook people non live là, ou bon question, ou bon suggestion, ou bien ou opinion gain de quel compte ou ta vle participer ou bien interactive avec nous, carré le numéro ça c'est 732 774 0220 732 775 0225. Et puis si vous voulez relais ou pas voulez pour moun tande voix ou pour pas connaître si c'est ou même cap relais ou son monde qui personnel ou carré le 908 489 98 20 908 489 98 20. On monde tout qui pas gagné, OK, ou pas gagné ou pas computer, ou pas gagné ordinateur la caillou ou bien pas gagné télévision, souvent téléphone ou carré les numéros ça pour tendre émission sur numéro ça dans téléphone, c'est 518 906 15 96 518 906 15 96. Abba Maladie, tune in.
Yes.
N'a pas un petit moment de break real quick.
Okay. It's a good beat.
Yeah, it's a good beat.
By your stripes, I've been healed. By your power, I walk over all diseases. You see, this is my testimony. The Lord has healed my body when nobody could have healed me. Jesus saved me and He healed my dying soul. Au nom de Jésus, nous les abambalati. Au nom de Jésus, ou pas pour.
All right. So, non te gitan di ou que jodi a, non pour parler de grippe et prévention des grippes, okay? Our topic for today is about flu and the prevention of flu.
All right, that's a great topic.
Flu. Why? The season change. We are in fall now. You know, there is so many seasons, 4 seasons. So we are in the fall. And we know in the fall, during this month of September, this is when people start getting themselves ready to prevent flu. What is flu? Okay,
what
let's
is the
see what
flu?
is flu.
Okay.
Flu is a contagious virus. And it causes by influenza that affect your nose, your throat, your lungs. But there are some people who are more afflicted by the flu. There are some people who can be easily impacted by the flu. Those are people whose immune system are very low. They get sick very easy. So you got people who are 65 and older. The younger children with certain conditions, some chronic conditions. It could be they have cancer, diabetes, heart problem, people who have sickle cell, blood problems, people who's on dialysis. Those are a lot, to name a few. They are at risk for higher complications when they have flu.
Okay, so they're what's called immunocompromised.
Immunocompromised,
Okay.
absolutely.
But what about like the average person who is not, they're not in that category, they're not too young or too old or have some sort of health condition, but yet they get frequent colds, you know, like if they're in a cold environment, next thing you know they start coughing, or their throat, you know, they have congestion, that kind of stuff. What about those people?
Well, some of these people, it could be because sometimes you have chronic sinus. There is a condition called for that, chronic sinusitis, you know. There are people who has asthma, and that's a chronic condition. Sometimes it lays dormant, and sometimes it could be some stress too. When your body goes through so much stress, you easily get sick. Like, as for me, I know that when it's too much, I need to take a break, you know. I have a lot that I do get involved into, but there are some point in time, and I say that, and I know that, okay, you haven't slept for so many hours. You've been doing so much. You need to slow down,
Yeah, you
sister.
need to retreat a
You
little
need to
bit
retrieve
and get some
yourself, because
R&R.
what is your body is God's temple.
Yes.
We have to listen to our body. We need to say, okay, Clemida, li lèv ou al dormi.
Achit
Clemida,
an kote, Clemida.
al chit an kote. Bay tèt ou an repos. Parce que dormir son bagay ki très important pour nous. Relaxation nan son bagay ki très important pour nous. Parce que si nous pas occupé corps non, nous pas occupé tête non, c'est maladie n'a pas attrapé avec nous même. Gon maladie qui relè stress.
Yes.
OK? Stress là c'est lui même qui domine toute maladie dans corps moun. Tant qu'on n'a parlé de cancer, nous parlé de maladies chroniques, ou ka gen cancer, ou bien gen moun ki nan diabetes, qui gen diabetes. Bagay sa yo lay dormant. Même flou a tout li nan corps déjà. Ou comprend? Li nan corps déjà parce que nous manger qui cause pour nous gen maladie.
Yeah. Et puis, yo mette un paquet de bagay nan
Yo
manje
mette un
yo.
paquet de bagay là-dedans, yo manger yo cause nous gen maladie. Mais là nous fait trop stress, nous pas gérer corps, nous pas prendre un petit temps à part pour nous relax non. Nous malades plus souvent. So,
Okay.
c'est ça pour nous gérer. Gérer gens nous manger, gérer gens nous gérer corps non. Et pas
Okay.
tout le temps pour nous prêter 24 sur 24. Même batterie à nous acheter. Vous connaissez le Energizer battery?
Yeah.
Vous connaissez l'autre journal non pique-nique. Après 3 heures de temps, batterie à mourir.
Il
Dit,
fini.
oh, et puis Energizer battery, je pense que ça t'a dit at least 24 heures de temps. Après 3 heures de temps, batterie à mourir. Ça, c'est comme ça qu'on a tout.
Yeah.
Faut nous relax, non, pour nous prendre temps, non, pour nous occuper tête, non. So, bon, pas non plus des fruits, des flous. Qui ça veut dire? Moi, dis non, que grippe, c'est une maladie respiratoire, ok? C'est une maladie qui est contagieuse, qui cause son virus lié, li affecte moun nan gorge, li affecte poumon, li affecte ou nan nez tout. Moun qui plus souvent prend grippe, plus souvent c'est moun qui gen l'âge 65 ans et plus, et puis gen ti moun tout petit, gen moun qui gen quelques maladies chroniques que santé yo par en état, yo ka prend maladie, surtout sou pas fait mouvement avec corps, maladie grippe là avec pneumonie son maladie moun prend souvent. OK, parce que de pour être chita on seul côté ou become like a sedentary life. Tant que son vie ou just chita ou faire ti ba mon pas faire en pile mouvement. Vous comprenez parce que corps a des mouvements, énergie alors manger, calories on mettre en don on supposé utiliser le pas supposé rester là, c'est ça qu'on retourne vinn faire fat ou faut vinn gros ou bien regarder le pas fait trop mouvement ou souffler en les bagages ça yo. So moun ça yo grippe là qu'on fatigué en pile. Grippe là, maladie grippe là, li gen deux qualités virus, gen A avec B. C'est ça qui plus affecte moun presque chaque année, il y aurait les flu pandemic. OK? Parce que l'rive il fait le global. Donc grippe là, dans saison ça grippe là c'est on bagay global.
Everybody is getting it and passing it on to each other. It's a viral
Tout
thing.
monde a passé. Ou a toussé ou moun nan ou chita kote moun nan la parler ou bien ti lè a ki
Or
sorti
they
nan tout
touch
nan
things.
ou bien li
and
manyen
you go
bagay ou
touch
al
things
manyen
behind them.
ni.
Yeah.
So ou ka pran grippe ça ou manyen tout non manyen bouchou bagay ça c'est li même qui ka vinn for affecter tout. So grippe là son maladie qui contagieuse. Mais non supposé connaît premier bagay qui ka diminuer on moun pour prendre grippe. Ici c'est vaccin.
Okay.
Chaque année, il y a bon vaccin for the flu. OK, il y a bon vaccin pour grippe là pour le cas. Ça pas veut dire pas bien grippe là, non là prend vaccin, mais l'on gagne ni li pas affecté ou même gens que on moun qui pas prend vaccin.
Okay,
Vous
can I
comprenez?
say something?
Go ahead.
So, when I was pregnant with, I think it was Jeremiah. because he's my second one. So the doctor had asked me the GYN. She was like, it's flu season. Like, are you gonna get the flu shot? I recommend that you get the flu shot because you're pregnant. It'll protect you. Da 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 da. So I listened to her, and I went and got the flu shot. And guess what?
You got the flu.
I got the flu. So I said, never again.
But you know why?
Never again.
Do you know why you got the flu?
Why?
Because your body was already sick. You were already tired. So
But
normally,
when they give you the vaccine, though, they're actually putting the live virus
they
in
put
you,
the
right?
live
A little
virus in you.
controlled
Yes,
portion of it,
they
right?
put unless you're allergic to it, they don't give you the live one.
Okay.
But if you got sick right away, that means you already were sick.
I was already
and you
sick.
didn't feel it. You don't
Okay.
understand? You may not feel like you were. People think that the flu, getting the vaccine, give them the flu. No, it doesn't. It does not give you the flu. It doesn't give you the flu. But sous what a gagné, ça veut dire ou te gagné déjà.
Well, I feel like
Te gagné
if I
déjà.
didn't take it, I wouldn't have gotten sick. I was better off not taking it, And there's a lot of people like me out here who don't believe in, vaccines and don't trust them because of all the side effects and all the other stuff that they put in the vaccine that, doesn't that we don't agree with. Like if you're saying that this is something that is good for people's health to prevent, like why not keep it, within that category alone and let it be a help to people as opposed to, not helpful.
Yeah, a lot of people sometimes I think it's miseducation.
Okay.
Si moun n'a pas connaît des bagages là, li ka gon perception dans tête li que OK, si me prend bagage ça, c'est maladie là ban moi. En pile non même non gen tendance ça, non, là non pas connait bagage, non gitan. It's like you thinking before l'oral nan docteur. OK, sou kono pour aller yo pour bon vaccin. Qui sort gitan senti douleur, on vont yo ba ou, pas ça? C'est presque ces même bagage là. Ou pas faire recherche de li et pour gitan penser OK, mais ça le café, mais ça le café, mais ça le café. Avant docteur ta bon vaccin, anti poser expliquer mais pour qui ça vaccin est bon, mais qui side effects ou ka joindre à pour fin prendre vaccin ça. Vous comprenez? Tant que you may have like flu-like symptoms, but it may not be the full-grown flu. You understand? After taking the vaccination, ou ka senti que ou gen petit symptômes sou ou gen la fièvre ou pas supposé prendre vaccin. OK, sou allergie avec zé ou pas supposé prendre vaccin. So gan pile criteria that needs to be checked prior to taking that vaccination.
And do they check people for these kinds of things before?
Well, they would ask you about the eggs
what
allergies.
if you didn't know you had that allergy?
So now when you take it, it may come out and show that you're allergic to it. Something might happen. So you might break out in hives, you might have anaphylactic shock, and those are type of symptoms of allergies. Or you could be scratching everywhere, your throat scratch, and you feel like, okay, bumps, stuff coming out of your body. You don't know where it's from. But because you just took something new, then you find out, go back to the doctor, and this is what I feel. They're gonna go and have you tested for allergies for the new things that you had introduced to your body. So everything comes with communications, I have to say. So si nan docteur non pas di docteur qui ça non senti li pa connaît.
That's true.
Sou al nan docteur yo bon vaccin et puis ou ouais que vaccin ça pas fort bien ou supposé le docteur a dit mais tel bagay. So sou di docteur que vaccin ça m'te prend, li fait me senti que me vinn pi malade que j'amte. Docteur pas ba ou encore. La fait recherche pour connaître qui ça faut te pi malade que joye pour qui ça arrive parce que pas toute bagay la qui a la tout monde. OK, toute bagay pas la tout monde.
Yeah, and if you're forgetful like me, like write it down, keep a diary, like a journal of, I took the medication on this day at this time, and this is what I felt afterwards, like
absolutely
list everything that's going on after you took the medication. And communicate that with your doctor.
Li important pour écrire en mémoire, pour écrire OK, sous senti ou pas ou t'es en forme ou prend un vaccin et pour sentir que tout d'un coup ou pas en forme ou sentir que ou gon vertige ou sentir on mal à l'aise ou sentir que ou sentir ou gon la fièvre, un frisson bagay ça ou marquer yo. Pour pas oublier parce que dès là dans docteur non senti non en forme n'oublier pour tout ça non t'es allé et ça fait le bon pour nous toujours question pour les non arriver pour non pas by docteur en 5 minutes parce que 5 minutes est assez pour yo wow.
I'm
Vous
telling you,
comprenez?
I used to go to the doctor with my list of demands.
Yes, yes.
My list of stuff that I
Yeah.
want to discuss with the doctor. Oh yeah, they need to give you your time because
Yes.
you know you're paying.
So statistics shows the flu, the estimated flu for 2023 to 2024, June 2024. Okay, qui ça le dit, non? It shows that 35 to 65 million people were affected with the flu.
Wow.
Do you hear that?
From June
Throughout the-
23 to
Yes.
June 24.
From October 1st. From
Okay.
October 1st, 2023 to June 1st, 2024.
Oh,
Okay, so this is the most updated statistic. About 35 to 65 million people were affected with the flu.
that's a lot
okay.
of people.
Ouais, statistique montre non que depuis au 1er octobre 2023 à juin 2024, te gen 35 à 65 millions moun qui étaient affectés avec grippe, maladie grippe là. Nan yo même combien qui étaient à l'hôpital, OK? Mais combien qui étaient à l'hôpital? 390 000 à 890 000 moun qui étaient hospitalisés avec grippe, maladie grippe. It's 390,000 to 830,000 people were hospitalized with the flu for between last year till June of this year.
And that's the people that went.
That's the people that went, not including the one that just went to the doctors, okay?
Or the ones that didn't seek help at all.
The one that didn't seek help at all. There are people that died from the flu that could have been prevented.
Yeah.
When statistics counted the people who went to the doctors for the flu, it's 16 to 30 million.
Wow.
That's a lot. And some of them, you go to the doctor tests you right away. And the test they do, it takes 15 to 20 minutes to say whether it's positive or not. But sometimes the test may show negative when it is positive.
Oh,
Do you understand?
Like a false positive or negative.
Sometimes it may show negative when it is positive. But still, if you have a fever, the doctor will treat you for the flu. Okay? It's
Okay.
based on your symptoms.
Okay.
Okay, let me finish.
Because you could have that and not have a fever.
You could have it, but not have. But most people do have a fever.
Okay.
The symptoms we're gonna go over the symptoms soon. But let me give you the statistic.
Okay.
How many people do you think died from the flu last year
Last
between
year alone?
October and June?
You said about 0 to 65 million people were affected by it. You want me to guesstimate?
Guesstimate, yeah.
Okay. I would say, like with modern medicine, I would say it's in the low numbers, right? The number of people who died from it, because if you're seeking help, you know, there's prevention. There's help.
Absolutely, yes. So it was 25,000 to 72,000
Okay.
that died worldwide from the flu. Those only accounted for the people who reported.
Right.
Just like you said, tant que 25 000 à 72 000 moun mouri peut-être à maladie grippe là. OK? Moun sa yo te vini trop tard.
Yeah.
Moun sa yo gen complication. Moun sa yo gen pneumonie. Moun sa yo te ka gen cancer. Moun sa yo c'est moun qui handicap.
Yeah.
OK, yo
Or
parle
elderly.
yo trois grand moun ou bien petit bébé ou bien moun qui enceinte. Tout moun sa yo gen plus gros risque pour yo prendre grippe là
Yeah.
et puis le yo prend il affecte yo plus. So, moun qui prend vaccin hein, le ça passe ou ka gen flu a sou et pour pas ou pas externer.
Okay.
Ou ka gen flu a et
So
pour
it's helping you to pass, not to pass it on to
Yeah,
other
it's
people.
ça le fait. L'on prend vaccin, ça le fait, il fait immunité au vin plus fort.
Yes.
Vous comprenez parce qu'il est dans le système ou déjà.
Okay.
So, sous ta prend maladie, elle n'est pas affectée ou même j'en affecté tout le monde.
Okay. Got it.
C'est
got
comme
it.
ça qu'il fait. C'est tant que c'est maladie, tout dit dans le système. Et puis là, tu as venu pour ta vin jeter ou mais ou même corps qui t'en jam assez pour qu'il y ait maladie.
Okay.
OK?
Okay.
Ça pas veut dire que ou pas prend flou mais on l'a prend ni symptômes yo pas même gens avec moun qui pas prend vaccin. OK? So et ça te fait yo dit li important pour nous prendre vaccin hein, pour nous capable prévenir avec symptômes yo pour nous pas gen trop complications. Non dit ou non moun qui gen complications. So people at higher risk for complications or 65 and older. Okay.
Okay.
We have asthma. No, we told you asthma. People who has heart problems, stroke. People, someone who has a stroke. Sometimes they paralyze. Sometimes they may not be able to talk. The person may be sick and they don't know how to tell you they're sick because they lost the language. They lost their language. They cannot talk or they cannot tell you what's going on. People with chronic kidney problem, people with sickle cell disease, people with anemia, people who are younger than 2 years old. We have pregnant people up to 2 weeks at the end of pregnancy. They are at high risk for the flu. Okay? So, en créole qui ça nous dit, moun qui gen pi gros risque pour complication le yo prend grippe, non gen grand moun qui gen l'âge 65 avec pi grand, ti moun qui passe 2 ans, ti moun qui fait oppression, qui veut dire asthme, ti moun qui gen condition chronique yo, moun qui gen maladie, anémie falciforme, non te dit ça, moun qui gen anémie, parce que vous comprenez lo gen anémie ou pas gen assez oxygène ou pas capable goumer ou pas gen énergie pour ta goumer avec grippe là. Moun qui gen maladie tant que moun qui fait fibrosis, moun qui gen sick, moun qui gen diabète, moun qui gen maladie dans poitrine yo, moun qui gen congestion, non parler au moun qui gen maladie rein, maladie foie, kidneys, moun qui gros, moun tant qu'on femme qui est enceinte ou gen plus chance pour faire maladie grippe là pour attraper grippe là. So, malgré tout non douti moun yo tout, ti bébé yo tout, plus qui gen moins que 6 mois, yo gen plus risque pour yo prendre plus complications si yo ta prend maladie grippe là. Okay, key symptom the flu. What are the symptoms? Can you differentiate between the flu, the cold, the COVID symptoms?
Yeah.
Doesn't they all seem kind of like the same?
Yeah, I thought they was the same. I thought like the cold was just, you know, something that's common. But it can lead to like the flu, right? Which is like moderate, right? And then COVID is like very severe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a progression, you know, between the three. But yeah, there are symptoms. Like for example, with the common cold, you have a sore throat, you have a runny, stuffy nose, sneezing, cough for common cold, and then like the seasonal flu. Well, let me give you the common symptoms for the cold. It's you have a low-grade fever. You know, you might have some muscle ache and headaches and fatigue, right? And then for like the seasonal flu, your symptoms could be the fever, dry cough, muscle ache, fatigue, headache, sore throat, runny stuff. You know, so you see everything that you saw in the cold is also in the seasonal flu, and then you have a little bit more. But with the common symptoms, you might experience some diarrhea and vomiting, okay? And then with the coronavirus, the pandemic that we just went through, okay, you may experience fever, dry cough, muscle ache, fatigue, and then the common symptoms that everybody experiences: headaches, coughing up blood, and also diarrhea.
And one thing is loss of taste.
Yes.
With the virus.
And the smell.
No smell,
too,
yes.
with the coronavirus.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can see that there is similarity between all three.
Yes.
Okay. The cold, coronavirus, the flu. They are connected somehow, but there's still some differences. But it's not that much.
No.
It's not that much. The common cold, you don't need no medications for it.
Right.
You don't need no medications because most of the time you don't have no fever.
Just let it run.
You know,
through.
you let it run through. They're gonna tell you, drink
your tea.
Boire bouillon ou bien boire soupe, faut boire un peu
That's
d'eau.
the go-to
and
for
then-
Haitians, to drink the tea.
Relax.
Yes.
Okay, you do go home and rest because what happened? Like I told you, when your body is stressed, you get sick. Okay, low utiliser quoi trop, living stress, li besoin break. So et ça fait qui fait un pile monde vin malade. Okay, so non dit ou nan grippe là c'est qui ça qui ka cause il ka cause maladie grave, parfois il ka cause monde pour mourir tout. Symptômes grippe yo non ka ouais c'est presque même genre symptôme pour coronavirus là. Non ka ouais li presque gen on gagne un peu qui presque même genre avec ces petits grippe normal, petit col, on ka di on petit tête fait mal, OK? So gagne de la grippe là, moun nan ka sentir gen la fièvre. OK? Gen moun qui kon senti un frisson. Ti bébé yo kon senti frisson, senti ou gon ti tous ou bon gros ou gon tous qui pa vle rete ou tousser lo gen grippe c'est comme ça, tousser. sans arrêter. OK? Ou gon gorge fait mal.
That's
Okay.
the worst. I don't like
Gorge
that
fait
one.
mal, yes.
Because the sore throat kind of like leads to that, you know?
Yes,
like,
yes. Dès pour gen
when you're
gorge fait
coughing,
mal,
yeah.
et pourtant ou senti que ou gon douleur qui pas fort bien ou bien ou gon mal tête, ou senti ou gon fatigue. Dès pour ou gen fatigue là, lò gen cold là ou pas si tellement fatigue, non? Mais dès pour elle commence à arriver dans la fièvre, ou elle gorge ou a fort mal, dès pour gen la fièvre là qu'on est son infection lié. OK? Son infection. Et ça te fait au doule contagieuse. Ça veut dire l'autre tousser, les a qui sorti dans tourner ou non, la propager, la jeune l'autre monde qui tout près ou. Li ka tomber sous table là et puis on monde vient mettre sous table là, le tout prendre, il passer dans tourner, passer dans boucherie et puis boum, li même li tout prend grippe là. So, qui ça qui est important? Ça qui est important, garder les moun nan kon vomi tout. Attention que ou tousse trop ou vomi. Et puis dans coronavirus là qui ça gagne? Gen moun qui vomi, gen moun qui gen diarrhée. OK? Et puis non di ou dans coronavirus là tout, gen les moun nan pas ka prendre ensemble et puis il pas gen goût dans bouche li.
Yeah.
So c'est différent ça qui gagne avec grippe là coronavirus
Also,
là. Oui.
when I had COVID when COVID was a thing, I didn't lose my sense of smell.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it. I lost my taste bud. I lost my sense of smell. And COVID là, différent qui plus de COVID, la grippe là, elle prend ou qui arrête sous dire plus, il ka prend pour une semaine. Mais COVID là, qu'on prend moun pour des mois.
And then
Parce
there's
que
something called long COVID. right?
Yes, lingering,
Yes.
lingering symptoms.
Yeah.
So it stays with you. Gen moun qui toujours affecté par COVID toujours. Gen
Yeah.
moun qui vient handicapé par COVID.
Yeah.
Gen moun qui pile moun mouri par COVID là.
Yeah.
So différence là de pour ouais maladie arrêter tout le temps ça sous ou connaît c'est pas en grippe lié. Mais non même non gain dans tendance non même quoi c'est son bagage culturel lié. Depuis on a senti un petit bagage, non chercher manger, non manger, non bretité non et
Mais
puis
des jours nothing.
oui, girofle là bon pour respiratoire, oui. Girofle là bon pour mettez girofle, mettez petit
My
gingembre.
auntie taught me
Yes.
that, and my mom.
Yes, mettez petit gingembre, mettez citron, c'est bagay qui tellement bon avec le honey. Honey, sirop miel là bon pour nous faire bon thé pour nous boire. Tant que nous ouais gens température a changé, c'est depuis qu'on y a pour nous commencer à mettre bagay ça dans caille nous. Chaque jour pour nous prendre un bon petit thé qui pour qu'un immunité non fort pour nous pas malade.
One day, I would like for you to do a show where you tell everybody what the kinds of stuff that people should have in their kitchen cabinets, you know, to help with these kinds of illnesses, and in their medicine cabinet.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, on joue n'a fait un show n'a pas dire qui sont supposé gagner la caillou pour ka sous ta gon maladie comme ça qui ça pour t'apprendre qui pour aider ou pour ka combattre avec maladie ça. Grippe là son maladie qui commun qui tout partout. OK, si tu gen moun tant que moi même fait sinus infection, gon j'aime gérer. Longtemps te comprendre longtemps, oui, c'est parce que me pas vraiment te vinn comprendre, mais l'aime vinn comprendre comme bien gon j'aime gérer ça li pas prendre même gens encore.
Yeah, that's
Parce
what the
que,
Bible says.
you know?
For lack of knowledge, my
Yes,
people perish.
yes.
So you didn't have understanding. Now you have understanding, and you're
pas
much better.
comprendre parce que les ba
Yeah.
ça prend tête fait mal petit, tout senti ou mourir.
Yeah.
Li pon parce que congestion arrêté là.
Yeah.
Il rete
It's
là,
like your
senti
head's
wap
gonna
mourir.
explode,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So bagay ça te fait me dire non pour nous gérer quoi non. Faut nous tendre tête non. Les nous ouais nous fatigué, faut nous relax.
Yep.
Faut nous relax.
Yep.
OK,
Yeah.
oui, nous venons dans pays pour nous travailler pour nous payer bill mais si nous pas vivant côté bill y a toujours là.
Billy up to
Il y a
you, no
toujours
miss
là, il y a toujours là. So faut nous gérer tête non. How the flu spread? I'll let you talk about the spreading of the flu. Ma baili en créole.
Okay, well, it's very common. I mean, somebody could get it, like if they're ill or whatever. Like if they have some sort of immunity issue, they already have a weak system, right? They're working at a disadvantage in
Yes.
their body, and so therefore they catch it. You know, there's a variety of reasons how you can catch or ways that you can catch a cold, right? And then the cold easily leads to the flu, and when you have the full flu, it becomes an infection, like you were saying. You know, especially with younger people, like when you work at a daycare, you have these little kids
Yes,
at
yes.
the daycare,
Ooh.
right?
Let's
They're
talk
all
about that.
They're all passing it to each other. This one has it. Next thing you know, the whole class has it.
Wow, that brings
And-
memories.
Yes, and then they're going back home and they're giving it to
They're
their
giving to
parents,
the
right,
mama.
and to
Yes,
their siblings.
yes.
And then those siblings go to their schools and they
Wow.
give it to those kids.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, and so on and so forth. And then the parents go to work and give it to their coworkers,
mhm,
to their boss. They even go to the supermarket, you know,
Yes.
because they have to. Unfortunately, when you have small children, you have
It's
to work
hard.
sick. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? You have
absolutely.
to go to work, you know, because not everybody have sick time to take time off from work. And even if you're taking time off from work, you're not
You're
off
not-
from doing
for
your
yourself.
Your
You're still
home-
working.
Your homework, right? You still have to take care of your family. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
So
yes.
you got to go to the grocery store, and if you're in ministry, you still have to go to church. Then hell, there's a big population there, and you're passing it on to them. You know, I got sick from church one time, and I never let them forget it.
Yes, yes.
I'm like, when I came here this morning, I was very healthy.
Really?
And then one of you was sick, and all of a sudden I was sick. I was down for 2 weeks. So
So-
you know, that's how it, you know.
You're
and
right.
then when people like sneeze and you leave it on the surface, like you were saying, then you go behind them and touch it. You don't know that it's there because you can't see it. You can't
Yes.
see. If you saw germs and it was written germs, okay, you would not touch it, but you can't see it. And we're all using the same things over and over again, the same doors, you know. So there's a variety of ways, you know, that people can catch it.
So, ça dit elle nan li très important. Non mande ou ki jan on moun, ki jan grip la kagaye. OK? Ou di ke ou gen ti moun ou voyo nan daycare. Ça c'est that really li pote an pile mémoire pour moi changer les pam yo te piti. Presque chaque 2 semaines ti moun yo vini avec un grippe.
La rime na brani.
La rime. Chaque mais là yo te la ka yo te bon.
Yeah.
Qui ça? Yo pas mis en pile. Et puis y a moyen jouet l'un et l'autre si yon tousse, li gen grippe là, li passe li nan jouet là et puis yo tout ap jouer à même bagay et puis là yo vini tout ou même ou embrasser ti moun nan ou pas même konnen te malade et puis ou même ou tout malade tout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moi parents yo c'est comme ça. So gaye grippe là li di ou que ou ka prani nan pile jan les moun nan estene, OK? Ti le a sorti ou bien ti rim nan sorti nan tourner moun nan, les ti rim nan sorti ou par contre qui côté là le déposer. Et ça te fait au jour là ouais ou estene pour gen un petit chou nan men ou, un petit papier pour ka couvrir nerf. OK, ça veut dire pour ka conserver li pour le pas gayer tout partout. OK? Nan toucher ici, toucher l'autre bord. Toucher moun, toucher l'un et l'autre. Moun nan ka genyen ni ou ka toucher sans pour ça ordinateur ça qui devant nan, moun ka toucher li, si m gen grippe là ou toucher ou ap tout prend grippe là
Yeah.
tout. Vous comprenez?
So I have a trick. What I do when I go, when I'm at work and I go to the restroom, right? And when I come back, I have to open the door, and it's a handle that you have to pull in order to open the door. Everybody's using the same door handle, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And you don't know what people have or what they've transferred on this handle. So what I do is, once I finish washing my hands from using the bathroom, I get a tissue, right? That I take with me so that when I open this door, I'm not touching the handle. The tissue is touching the handle, right?
Yes,
I use
yes.
it like, you know, and it's touching the handle, and then there's a trash can right there. I throw it away that way. I do the same thing when I go to the restaurants and I have to use their bathrooms. You know, as much as possible, avoid using public restrooms.
Absolutely. And
Okay?
I agree.
But if you can't
I
avoid
totally
it,
agree.
You
And
take some steps to
the worst thing
protect
is
yourself.
I don't want to cut you off. The worst thing is going to a bathroom. Now they have those air dryer.
Yeah.
There is no napkins.
Yeah,
I really
I
hate
have to go
that.
back in the
So,
stall and pull some tissue
Yes,
out.
I
Yeah.
go back and use hand sanitizer, wash my hands over
Yeah.
and wipe it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what some people may not wash their hands after
Exactly.
using the
A lot of
bathroom.
people don't do
so
that.
the bathroom is a place that have a
So
lot of germs
disgusting.
on it. So
Yes.
son côté lo la dan ou supposé nettoyer, bien nettoyer main ou pour pas al prendre germe et puis pour al passer la caillou ou bien bay moun qui immunité yo pas même bon même. Est-ce que ou te connais que grippe là ou ka prani des animal Est-ce qu'on
Like my
connaît-
dog?
Yeah. Est-ce qu'on te connaît ça?
Really? I
Est-ce
didn't
qu'on
know
connaît
that.
that the flu is transmitted from animal to human?
Really?
You know that.
Oh, I didn't know that I could catch a cold from Marley.
You could catch it from Marley and the food you eat.
Yes.
Do you know the name of the flus? The common names of the flus. So why do they name it bird flu?
Oh, like bird flu and okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
the flu
The
virus.
It came from the birds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flu virus comes from many different type of animals, include ducks, chickens, pigs, horses, whales, and seals. Okay? So you have the bird flu, it's called avian flu, and that means that virus is from the bird.
Wow.
Yep. The
So,
dog.
so the beautiful little birds that are out there, you know, they come in our yard and feed off of the flowers and stuff like that and the plants or whatever.
Yes.
So they're carrying diseases.
They carrying diseases. So the pig, they call it swine flu.
Yes.
And the carmine flu is from the dog.
Oh,
So be
okay.
careful what you eat. That's why it's better si moun pa manje viande.
Yeah.
Parce que
I'm
nan
trying to get away from
viande nan
that.
gen maladi la, dan ou ka pran grippe la, nan poule, ou ka pran ni nan cochon, so manje cochon.
And beef too.
And beef was not listed, but they said ducks. Gen moun ki manje ducks.
Ducks are so good.
Yeah, they good. But ou ka pran grippe la dan. Gen pil viande yo ki gen maladi la dan yo. Ou ka gon chien la ka yo ki malade pou pran maladi ya tou. So tout bagay sa yo fò non fèt atensyon ave yo. Ase chien yo toujou ap tousse. Y ap pète sou moun, y ap tousse.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, non transpirans virus la, li soti nan bet. Non di ou ke li soti nan bet. Non gitan di ou ke li soti nan zoazo ki rele bird. Zoazo ki rele bird. Non di ou soti nan chien. Li soti nan cochon. Et puis li soti nan viande poule tou.
What about
So-
like mosquitoes and stuff?
Mosquitoes have other viruses.
Okay.
Mosquitoes have other viruses. That's a different topic.
Okay.
Okay. So, ki sa non te di ou diferans, non gitan di ou diferans de influenza and COVID. Ki sa, ki jan yo trete flu a? Avant non di ki jan yo trete. Ki jan fè konen si sougon flu. Sougon grip ki jan fè konen gen grip la. Même fait que ça ba dans septembre nan. De septembre nan on t'a supposé connaître qui j'en non gagne. Mais là nos docteur yo font un test pour nous qui on test rapide, on test yo fait très rapide et puis dans 10 ou 15 minutes yo ka joindre résultat. M'te dit non déjà que gen de les résultats ça compte vin négatif. Et puis ou toujours gen même symptômes yo. So ça veut dire docteur supposé dire OK, ça a montré que ou pas gain non mais m'a vo la ka ou prend précaution toujours la font l'autre test. Test ça li rele RT-PCR, OK? C'est presque même test yo fait. A gon test yo ka fait li yo ka checker ni flu ni COVID. OK? Yo ka checker ni flu ni COVID. So on seul test là. Test ça le yo fait li ka prend combien de temps pour yo joindre résultat.
Yeah.
Si
They did
docteur
that with me the
yeah.
last time I
Si yo
had a
pa
cold.
vle, yo ka vo la ka yo dans des messieurs Dieu veut, yo di OK, ou gen flou a. Faites attention, yo di ou prend tel jour ete la ka yo bagay sa yo et puis yo bo médicament. So, bagay sa yo faut nous connaître yo et puis ki jan pour nous capable gérer yo. Ki complication? What are the signs of complications? Ki signe de complications qui gagne l'on moun gen flou? Okay? Nan ti moun yo fait experience sin sa yo. Okay, let's start with the English one. So in children, they experience fast heartbeat. Okay, they breathing very fast.
Okay.
And their lips become blue. Blue, why? Because it's lack of circulations. They sneezing and coughing so much that they don't have time for the circulations to happen, so their lips become
So
blue.
they're getting a lack of oxygen.
Lack of oxygen,
Oh,
absolutely. So sometimes their face become blue. Sometimes, but in the black people, ka wel noir, ou pa wel blue no, moun blanche wap wel blue, black people wap wel noir, wap wel vin pi noir.
Okay.
Okay? So they pou moun nan pat noir ou bouche li vin noir, ou gitan wè gon problem circulation nan moun nan.
Okay.
Circulation ou be oxygen. Ou ka wè ti moun nan chaque temps li sentil gon douleur nan kè li pa capable prend, li pa capable tousser, li pa capable prend souffle. So ti moun kon sa, le kon sa ou gitan rele 911 ou menen ale. Sometimes they refuse to walk. Ko yo fe yo mal, yo santi dou le nan ko muscle pain. They are dehydrated. Pa pou tout 8 tan ti moun na pede kriye pa gen aucun wap gade nan zye li pa gen aucun tear kap come out. Kompran?
Okay.
Ti moun na kriye pa gen d'lo. Sa vle di ti moun na gitan desagitre. Son ti moun kon sa ou suppose menen nan dokter. Li ka gon temperati ki 104. The body temperature can be 104. Okay? That can cause a seizure.
Yeah.
Okay, if the body temperature goes up that high, you don't want to keep a kid with that temperature in your house.
It's like their
okay?
little brain
Pa
is like
même
an
vle
egg
di kon
that's
sa.
frying.
Okay, même sou te bay ti moun nan tale nan, ou metre le 911 tout suite. Si
Wow.
temperati ti moun nan ta we 104. 104 degré ti moun nan li ka fe seizure, non di ou li ka fe epilepsy. So for menen ti moun nan rele 911 pou menen nan dokter. Ti moun nan pede tousse sans souffle. Le kon sa sak pase ke a pa pran. Li pa kapab pran souf, ke a pa vin relax ase, ok? So, bagay sa yo, li trez important le non wè yo, pou non rele dokter. Nan gran moun yo kon gen ap pede tousse bien fort, shortness of breath, epi yo senti doule, persistant doule nan koyo, ou bien nan ventre yo senti doule. Parce gen moun le ap pran souf, se ventre yo utilize pou yo pran souf.
Okay.
Okay, the abdominal breathing.
Yeah.
They use accessory muscles.
That's what
Okay?
singers do.
Yes, they use accessory muscles. When they cannot breathe, they use all the muscles they have to breathe. Persistent dizziness. Mon nan senti un vertige. Li senti ke li confused. Li pa ka leve. Li senti ke li fatigué. Li senti ke li pa li même. Tout symptômes sa yo ta supposé rele 911 pou mene pou moun nan al jwenn docteur pou yo kapab traiter. Okay? So pour flu, ki jan yo traiter flu? If you sick, you get the flu. Okay, there are antiviral drugs that they give to you, but it may be an option. Antiviral drugs work only when you take it early. Okay, ideally no later than 2 days when your symptoms start.
Okay.
Okay. Non di ou yo traite flu a grippe la, yo kon ba ou médicament antiviral. OK, le yo ba ou li, si yo ba ou pi bonne se laisse al travail pi bien.
Okay.
2 jours après senti symptômes yo te supposé al nan docteur pour te al checker pour si ou fait grippe la.
Okay.
OK, sou pa ale ou prend tout temps ça gen lel kon pi difficile yo gen pour al bo stéroïde, yo gen pour al bo toute qualité médicament pour yo ka aider ou pour ka vinn tourner nan normal. OK? So moun ki gen complication, moun ki gen pi gros risque yo, moun sa yo non ta supposé mener yo nan docteur as soon as you see your symptoms. As soon as you saw somebody like 65 and older, a young kids less than 8 months old, a pregnant person with the flu symptoms, you bring them and get them checked, okay?
Okay.
Like we said, you need to check and begin getting treatment as soon as possible to prevent complication, okay?
Okay.
Pour prevent complication, pour al gade pour yo ka edo. Ki jan ou ka, how can you prevent the flu? How can you prevent the flu? Prevention action against the flu. Okay, the best single ways for you to prevent the flu is what? Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands and vaccinations. Your vaccinations every year. Hand washing. Okay, don't put your hand in your mouth if you're touching places. Don't put your hand in your nose. Don't be temps en temps mette ti douette nan tourne ou.
Booger pickers.
Ou fin ba ou moun la men ou mette ti douette ou nan tourne ou. Pa konen sil te
And then the
tousse.
next
Ou
person,
kompran?
they're gonna
So,
shake their hand.
Yes, I know. So, an pil bagay non fè li, se paske, ou kompran, se tan kou son habitude liye, se pa vle
Yeah.
non vle fèl. Men, ki jan pou non, sel fason pou non diminye risk pou non pa gen grippe la, fè komplikasyon yo ki vin avek yo, se pou non pran vaksin chak ane, et puis pour nous éviter moun qui malade, OK? Pas courir al kembe moun même moun, pas courir mettre main dans tourner, pas courir mettre main dans bouche ou leur fin ba moun la main parce que maladie grippe là sont maladie respiratoire liée. Vous comprenez? Moun nan ka pa konnen gen, mais si moun nan prend vaccin, li pa gen sin nan. Li ka voye le aba ou et pour ou pas même compte ça, li pa même connaît que la ba ou.
Okay, so a lot of our listeners, they go to church, right?
Yes.
in church we kind of get close to each other.
We
right?
do, we do.
We get kind of like
Yes.
all in up
We
in each
hug,
other's
we kiss
faces,
each other.
right?
Mhm.
Sometimes you could feel the person's breath on you,
Ooh,
you know, that
Lord
kind of stuff. You know what I'm
Jesus.
saying?
Yes.
Like, so how do you prevent that for churchgoers?
Well, for churchgoers, I wouldn't let somebody breathe on my face like
Well,
that.
sometimes you don't have a choice. You're in a
You know?
prayer circle. They're right there. Or the pastor's praying over you. And sometimes the pastor, when they're praying, right?
Yeah, that's true. But ferme yeux ou, couvre figou comme ça.
That looks funny.
I'm serious. Ou ferme yeux ou couvre tourner à tout
Maybe we need something
Yes.
for church people, like
Parce
some
que
sort of
ou ka
covering
pran
or
nan zyo
something.
tou, ou kon sa tou, ou ka pran
yes.
nan zyo. So, si wè moun nan, ou kompran, wap priye, pi non tro kole avèk moun nan, non pa
Yeah.
vle pou le moun nan priye, parce que de lè ou pale, epi krashe ap sotou pa men kon sa.
what's one you
So,
didn't
e
mean
pa
to do
fote
that.
moun nan,
It was an
e pa
accident.
fote ou. So, ou men pou ka preveni pou tè tou, ou fon jan pou ka retire konti jan pa tro pre, ou kompran, sou fin ba moun nan la men, yeah, work with some hand sanitizers.
Yeah.
Put a few in your pocket. Hand sanitizer is very good to kill the flu. Okay, it's good
Yes.
to kill the flu. So, action pour nous faire non dou déjà pas rester trop collé avec moun qui malade. Le non connaît moun nan malade, pas rester trop collé. Et puis gen moun qui connaît au malade tout, sou fin l'église chita non ti coin.
Yeah. Ou bien
Pas rester dans foule là dans mi-temps pour gaye bagay la bay tout
Sou
moun.
malade rete la caille.
Oui, rete la caille, précisément rete la caille, mais faut connaître que l'église a son refuge lié. Moun nan ka malade et puis dire quitte malade pour bon Dieu ka guérir.
Non, bon Dieu ka voye mol pour le guérir.
La caille,
C'est ça,
pendant la
Bible
caille.
dit.
Oui.
Pendant la caille là,
Pendant-
konya ou quand téléphone nan ou prele
Ou di malade pour yo prier
malade
pour.
prier pour moi et puis
Yeah.
pasteur prier pour bon Dieu lui-même
Mm.
la prend mot pasteur et
Oui.
puis il va le voyer le barou la caille et puis
pour-
la guérir
pour
la
ka
caille
guérir, yes.
et pour pas faire l'autre monde malade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm d'accord à ça dit. I'm d'accord 100%. Yes. So, sous malade, tu sens tu gon la fièvre, vous sens tu pédé tout c'est rete la caille ou parce que si voilà tout cela parmi foule là, yo tout ka prend tout cela, ça veut dire toute l'église la vin malade qui pas tellement bon.
Non.
So, et puis tout, ou ka gon ti la fièvre ou gen la fièvre dans soirée dans des messieurs de vous sentir ou bon, mais lò gen la fièvre là supposé faire 4 heures de temps, 24 heures de temps pour 48 heures de temps la caille. Parce que la fièvre la kon kito et puis le tourne tout. So ça son l'autre bagay. Gen de lè, même lò men ti moun yo l'école tout, ou yo vo yo back. Mais fait même practice là, dans l'école là, à l'église là, c'est presque même bagay là. Vous comprenez? Si ti moun n'a pas bon corps, pas bon tout, kembe fon ti kembe yo la caille là, ba yo ti manger, fait yo relax bagay sa yo. Kembe yo pour yo capable
And
vin.
have a backup plan because
Yes.
and I know people have to work, right?
Mhm.
And when your child stays home, you have to stay home with her.
Ye-
You can't leave your
absolutely.
children home
Yes.
alone. Okay,
Yes,
that's
yes.
not. If the child is under a certain age, please don't leave your children home alone, and especially if they're sick. There are a lot of people out here getting in trouble by with child protective services because they're leaving their children home alone. They're gonna arrest you. Okay, if they find out about it, and God forbid something happens to that child while you left that child home alone, okay, it's not going to be good for your family.
No, no, no.
So have a backup plan, especially in this season. You know it's going to happen that the kids are going to go to daycare, they're going to go to school, and they're going to get sick, and you have to work. Have your babysitter lined up. Have a family member that you can call upon, like you know they're not working or whatever. You can say, hey, can you come to the house and watch my kid? And you just give them a little something, you know, because they are working. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So have your backup plan.
Oui. So, si ti moun nan ta malade, ou kon nou gen ti moun piti, toujou fò an plan B. OK? Fò an plan B pour si ou konnen ou pa ka quitter travail ou. Toujours gon l'autre côté ou bon monde qui pour prendre ti moun nan pour pas arrêter parmi moun pendant malade là et puis pas quitter ti moun yo pour compte yo parce que dans pays ça gon l'âge et puis li pas normal tout. Si ti moun nan ba 12 ans pour ta quitter le non kay pour compte li. On ti moun nan ka font bagay qui ka pas bon pour li, on bagay qui ka mette la ville en danger et puis le comme ça yo pral prendre encore mauvais monde car c'est loi ou pas connaît tout. Mais li pas bon pour nous quitter ti moun qui en bas âge, rete la caille pour compte yo.
Yes.
So li bon pour nous toujours gon deuxième plan pour les ti moun yo malade. Si mami pa ka la, papi pa ka la, faut gon l'autre moun qui pourrait être avec ti moun nan.
Yes.
K'ap assurer que ti moun nan li safe côté lié ya, que tout ça qu'a fait, nous pas besoin pas tête non problème. Maman ka toujours être dans travail ou bien papi ka toujours être dans travail puis petit ça gon l'autre monde qui prend soin. OK? So qui ça non dit? L'eau a toussé, prend petit papier couvrir tout néon parce que l'eau couvrir tout néon ça veut dire you contain the infection, you contain ou kembe li on seul côté li pas propager pour la prendre l'autre monde. L'eau fin tout c'est tout, jeter papier ça ou laver main. OK, ou laver main. Non dit comme ça, laver moi avec savon, laver avec de l'eau et puis
Savon qui gagne antibacterial.
yes, savon qui gagne antibactériel là-dedans avec yo pour laver main. Bagay ça yo très bien pour sous dans la rue tout comprendre ou ka toujours qu'un bon petit hand sanitizer non mais on l'al dans restaurant si tout.
Yes.
OK, so faites attention tout parce que chaise yo gen de laisse yo pas gitan clean yo tout ou ka gitan ou ka attraper un bagay sous table
Même
là.
dans l'avion.
Oui, tout
Nettoyer
partout.
tout côté où chita, tout côté où le main.
Yes, so avoid numéro 1 c'est just rete purifier l'air à côté à côté dormir, côté à marcher, si t'as pas mettre trop poussière, ou comprendre sous ta malade ou sortir mettre ton masque dans figure, sous ta aller dans public mettre ton masque. Ça veut dire l'on mettre masque là, li pas mettre flu ou bien virus là, li pas spread around, la prêter on seul côté. Son pile gens pour nous faire pour précaution, non cap toujours pour précaution pour tête non, connaît prévention qui ça pour nous faire. Manger bien, dormir bien, pas manger en pile viande, pas manger en pile graisse, pas manger en pile sel, faire exercice, boire en pile de l'eau. Et puis prier bon Dieu. Prier bon Dieu à bas maladie.
Bon Dieu, bon.
Moi t'es content là avec nous après-midi hein? Qu'on y a nous pour l'entrer dans Family Matters. So, Abba Maladi, it was nice to have you here today, sis.
Where?
I think
it was
yes,
awesome.
yes.
Oh my
it
God!
was awesome.
Thank you so much for the
I think
invite.
it's great.
Yes.
It's great to have you today. Auditeur, auditrice, merci pour ton nom après-midi. Que bon Dieu bénisse nous. Moi, souhaite nous un bon après-midi, une bonne fin de semaine. Abba Maladi.
Amen.
Moi t'es fin mourir, mais Jésus ressuscité.